Hello, and welcome back to Surfing Adversity with Antaeus. I am your host, Antaeus Dalsinos, and for episode 11 of Surfing Adversity, I am going to talk to you about the art of aging in peace, how to tolerate, accept, and find purpose in dealing with diminished physical or mental abilities. Within the lives of every one of us, there exists a kaleidoscope of differing experiences, each holding challenges and opportunities to guide us along the path toward realizing our ultimate sense of existence, the understanding, awareness, and enlightenment which is the oneness of being. Very often the most impactful experiences are not fun or enjoyable by any stretch of the imagination, because these experiences contradict our own conditioning and our ego mind's judgment of what is right or fair, which automatically pits us against the experience rather than allowing us the opportunity to seek out the underlying path of wisdom, which is the purpose for the experience in the first place. Being a breadwinner for our family, or a pillar of strength and support for others during our lifetime are wonderful roles. However, when that strength, ability, and self-sufficiency fails us, and we need to learn to rely on the kindness, strength, and support of others to merely get by in our daily life, it can be a particularly difficult challenge to accept, much less embrace. We often become focused on the judgment that this new experience is not acceptable. This close-minded outlook culls a perfect opportunity for our own growth and evolution. Instead, we should perhaps view relying on others as not only an earned right, but also a necessary passage and opportunity to discover humility. In Happy Now and Always, I identified 3 emotions or outlooks which relentlessly pull us away from enjoying a peaceful, contented life, and into a mindset of suffering. Those 3 emotions or outlooks are attachment, desire, and judgment. I also identified 3 emotions or outlooks which progressively and unfailingly lift us to a higher state of awareness or enlightenment, where peace and contentment abound. Those 3 emotions or outlooks are acceptance, gratitude, and faith, or trust if you prefer. Focusing our attention on our ego mind's attachment to the way things were in the past, our desire to have those abilities back again, and our judgment that this is not the way our life should be, only serves to dig us into a hole of anxiety, frustration, resentment, or depression. However, peace in our life is built on the acceptance of that which we cannot change and the understanding of the need for diversity in our life experiences. If it were all good, good would lose all meaning and satisfaction. Peace in our life is also built on gratitude for the full range of experiences in life which give us the ability to enjoy and appreciate all that is good, and the faith in the inherent wisdom of life, that even when we do not understand our struggles at the time, we can trust that there is a reason which will guide us forward in our own evolution toward enlightenment. For more on attachment, desire, and judgment versus acceptance, gratitude, and faith, listen to episode 1 of Surfing Adversity, or read the Having versus Being chapter of my book Happy Now and Always. We must learn to detach ourselves from the expectations and emotional judgments which our own ego mind creates as a response to the challenges, which the ego mind itself deemed to be unfair, unjust, or simply not ideal. Not to just shoulder the burden and endure, but to assent to life as it is and rise above the negative mindset. Rather than looking for circumstances to change or wishing for a better reality, we can ground ourselves from the storms of turbulent thoughts by reestablishing and becoming rooted in our own sense of being. Practice sitting or lying comfortably. dismissing any thoughts of judgment. Simply enjoy your own breathing along with the wonders of the life force and energy coursing within you. Picture yourself as a small child, at 4 or 5 years old, full of awe and amazement toward life, with so many adventures ahead, some of which you would like to protect him or her from, but knowing that would change the course and experiences which have shaped your own life. Give that child a smile, knowing that they are in store for a wondrous, albeit sometimes challenging, adventure ahead. Then smile to yourself, acknowledging that your current circumstances are yet another experience to shape your own sense of being. Even the experience of what we call death is simply another adventure which we must all go through. And by go through, I am reminding you, as I have mentioned in past episodes, that the energy which is the essence of our life cannot die out or cease to exist. Our energy can only transform into something else, then continue on being. This is an actuality on which both science and spirituality agree, which in science is called the law of conservation of energy. The law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Energy can only be transformed from one form to another. Our universe is a closed system in that no new energy is ever introduced, and no old energy ever disappears. Our energy continues to evolve and express itself into new forms. Note: I discussed the role of our energy in death in greater detail in Episode 3 of Surfing Adversity, as well as in the Condolence Letter chapter of Happy Now and Always. If we could think back to the moments before our own birth, would we want to leave the life we knew then and be born into this world? I think most of us, given the choice, would not have wanted to leave the life we knew, which was the comfort and security of our mother's womb. And while we won't be able to take our physical body with us this time, the energy of our essence continues forward. Looking back now, we realize that our mother's womb was getting a bit crowded, and we had little left to gain by staying, as well as little room left to grow. After we pass on, I'm sure we will look back with that same understanding. We must always continue forward. Just as our essence energy existed before it began its life in our mother's womb, that same essence energy will always continue forward to a new state of existence. Let's face it, getting older sucks to the ego mind. But acquiring the grace to realize a higher level of understanding is an undeniable evolution toward our oneness of being, an evolution we probably could not have gained without experiencing our diminished abilities. Our ideas of what we need to find peace and happiness may be the very thoughts preventing our own peace and happiness. Letting go of those thoughts and requirements will guide us naturally to realize peace and happiness. Detach yourself from expectations, desires, and judgments, and humbly experience the moment life has to offer you now. This is the art of aging in peace. Well, that's all for today. Please feel free to contact me through my website, peacefulhappy.life, if you are struggling, or even if you are not. None of us need to go through this alone. Until we meet again, have faith and enjoy the whole journey while surfing the adversity. Bye for now.